Welcome back to Anime Casuals. I'm Lucky.
Here I go! This hand of mine is burning red!
And I'm Michael. Realize the only ones who should kill are those who are prepared to be killed.
Johnny.
Your darkness swallowed up my son? Who decided that?
Erupting! Burning!
Now all of you.
Die.
And we're gonna start in 3, 2.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Anime Casuals. I am Lucky.
I'm Michael.
I'm a Johnny.
And we make up Anime Casuals with Thanksgiving kind of right around the corner. 1 week, half,
American
week and a half,
Thanksgiving.
whatever. Yeah, it is. America's Thanksgiving. That's very true. Which will soon be the world's. But anyway, after this episode, it'll go global. As most people know in America, in Thanksgiving, we eat a lot of food. And so Michael has suggested that we talk about the characters that eat the most. And so... Yeah, man. I mean, that sounds like a pretty good premise. So we're going to talk about all shonen main characters, and
Hey,
so yeah, Michael, go for it, man.
I got you. So I'm gonna snatch one from both of you right now and
No,
steal Charmy from Black Clover.
Didn't even think about that one. That's a great one. That's
Did
a
you
great
think
pick.
Did you think?
No, I forgot about her.
Yeah! Okay, dude, that's like the only one of the few things I remember from watching Black Clover. Like trying to catch up with you guys and going, this is too much to try to do. But like Charmy is like this little her magic power is like a sheep that cooks, right?
Mhm.
And all she does like for like some of the episodes is it'll be a nice cutaway where she's having a food competition with the chef guy who like lives in the city, and he'll have created like a meat cake or like every fish known possible in like a big buffet style on a plate, and she'll just be like, I'm gonna eat this horrible, terrible mess of food, and the guy will be like, oh, I love the way you eat, and they'll have this like really weird situation between the two of them. But I do like characters who have like huge appetites. Maybe not like probably like we have a big three we could be talking about, but for the most part, I really like Charmy because she's very funny, and I really like characters who have two different animation styles, like Himono-chan, who's like a little chibi hamster thing at home, and then like an actually like animated
Actual person.
yeah, an actual
Not
person.
a gremlin.
And Charmy's the same way, where like she's like this tiny little chibi version of herself, but when she's serious, she's like an actual detailed person. And I'm like, I don't know. She's like one of those first people I think of when you talk about like eating too much food.
She's such a fun character.
She is, and I think she's like a little chibi version of herself for like a little too long, and then finally like they like detail her, and you're like, who is this character? Like, who is that? And you're like, oh, it's Charmy. It's Charmy. Like, that's crazy. I also love how her magic power is almost nothing, except for like her like super strength she gets from it. I don't really remember, but like,
Power of food.
yeah, it's the power of food. Yeah,
Spinach. No.
she's kind of Popeye the anime.
Kinda looks like
So,
him and olive oil
Ouch.
put together. I mean, it kind of makes sense.
oh, see, now that's too real.
Oh,
Honestly, like in my brain, I'm like, whoa, that's
Also,
like a love child right
Do
there.
people put olive oil
I'll try
on
olive oil.
spinach?
I used to. I'd have it with salmon. That's a weird.
Okay.
I don't know why. Okay, never mind. Don't.
Okay.
Don't
No,
leave
no.
it.
I was like, why would they be two characters who are in like
I've never
a
thought about
cartoon together? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
that. I was just about to re-ask that because I was so lost. Anyway, so my first choice, I actually said it as a joke like 5 minutes ago, but I'm actually gonna take it seriously because it's a really good one. It's gonna be Munchlax from Pokemon. This little dude, his only purpose is to eat and evolve, and it's such a beautiful little Pokemon, and he's also very dangerous. I mean, I don't know if they get together in like groups and they just cause deforestation. I mean, that'd be pretty horrible, but I mean, Munchlax is so fun. I mean, he's just such a little guy, and I mean, Nathan likes Wobbuffet, But,
Munchlax is very like
Munchlax is so good.
yeah.
I mean, and then he evolves into giant Snorlax. I mean, that's awesome. So, I don't know how much, if there's like a stat for how much Munchlax has to eat, or at what point that happens. But I mean, there's got to be. He's bottomless. It's insane.
Well, they talk about that in like the Pokedex entry for Snorlax, right? It's like Snorlax has to eat like several tons of food, and then it just goes back to sleep. So it wakes up and eats, and it goes back to sleep. Like I think the first time you like see a Snorlax is like they try to wake it up, and then it eats like all of these vines that are like in a river, right? Like it's blocking the river from like letting the waters loose because the vines are so dense, and it just like wakes up and goes, and it like eats like a whole acre of vines, and it goes, okay, and then it goes back to bed.
Okay,
I'm like,
I think I remember that. It was like a tangerine forest or something.
Yeah, it was something crazy.
But it was that. So yeah, Munchlax is awesome.
Yeah,
that's my choice. There you go.
Nice. Yeah. So this one, I'm gonna start off with my joke character, but it's I did the calculations. Not much of a joke character now I'm looking at it. So this is Hinata from Naruto. So this is, I don't know if this is canon because it's shown up at the end of one of those Naruto specials where like Kakashi's like, all right, we're gonna have a ramen eating contest, yeah, blah blah blah, right? But then it shows up in Boruto because she is still known as the Ramen Queen. She beats Naruto, Choji. Actually, no, I don't think Choji. I don't think Choji's allowed in there. But either way, he still lost to her in Boruto because they couldn't beat her record. She has the record of most ramen eaten at 46 bowls, which I did the calculations. I rounded down. So at 500 calories a bowl, that would be 23,000 calories. And she still had the courtesy to say "Gochiso sama desu." So she still has her manners. She is still petite. She's still cute.
Wow.
And yet she is the ramen queen. And once again, they brought that back in Boruto. And listen, I don't like Boruto all that much, but at least they did some things right. So that is one of them, keeping the Hinata lineage going with her ramen queen status. And she's married to Naruto, so that's that's a big accomplishment there. So yeah,
we really should have started this episode with the Itadakimasu. Okay, and I'm gonna I had a different one on my list, but I'm gonna go following your thing of saying ramen, and we're gonna go with Chika from Kaguya Love is War. Now she really likes food. I don't think there's an episode where we really see her overeating, but we know she will dig into some good ramen, and I believe she's always snacking throughout the show. Which isn't a lot of food. It's a lot of little food, but she does like food a lot. So she is a big eater, but not like a dumpster that where people just come and dump food into her. I really like her because of similar things what Lucky said. There's this whole background that's going on with her her story arc where she's there's all these Kings of Ramen, the underground.
I was gonna say she's like a ramen.
She's
queen or something.
Yeah, she's like a ramen
queen, but what
Yeah. But there's these secret kings of ramen that live around the school, and they've all noticed her and how she eats ramen is the perfect way. And she has a great appreciation for food. So I kind of have some people on my list who are I bet if you did eat a lot of food on the episode, it would be normal. But Chika has an appreciation for food and does down a full bowl of ramen, which I feel some people would be oh, I'm getting to the bottom of it. I'm kind of chugging through. So she's definitely up there, and I want to know more about her crazy ramen past.
I was gonna say that's one thing that sucks. They never touch back on that, except for maybe one other time. But still, I wish they would go back to that. I want to know about these ramen kings.
The two of them walk obviously no spoilers because it's relatively new, and they're gonna have another season too. But there's that moment in the maid cafe where she's working in there, and the shadow kings come in, but she's not there. So I'm Yeah.
So my next choice, it's gonna I don't know why I didn't look it up because if I was that, I'm sure, but it's from The Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated, I think. Mm-hmm. And there's a character in there. It's the
not
Demon
Jahi.
Lord, and this character doesn't just inhale food, but she is constantly eating. And apparently, I thought it was actually a pretty cool device in the show. Like, you can't kill the Demon Lord as long as there's enough quote unquote demon crystals. She'll just come back and just keep eating. It's so much. And like, you see her at one point, I think there's just a giant pile of like just snacks and trash behind her because she's just eating, and it's just normal snacks too. So I don't know where she gets it all. I don't know who's paying for it. I mean, at one point you do find out that there's a magical girl who's posing as just a regular person, but she had to go get a job in order to support this little person who is just constantly snacking, and everywhere she goes, she just reaches for food. It's awful. And she is totally unassuming too. And she's just such a tiny, I wish I could describe it better, but she looks like a child, basically. There's nothing crazy about her, just a little child, and she just constantly has a bag of chips in her hands or something, eating. Bottomless pit. I just keep picking bottomless pits. So, the Demon Lord from, Great Jahi.
Good.
Long may she reign.
So I'm trying to think of what my next one's gonna be. I was trying to figure out, like, I was trying to do like some more calorie calculations and stuff, but but the only thing is, so this is from Toriko,
Which
and so it's Zebra.
Okay.
Zebra is the one out of the 4 heavenly emperor. Is that what they're called, the heavenly kings or whatever?
Yeah.
Who apparently eats the most at 4,500,000 calories, or no, 4,500,000,000 calories. Excuse me.
Kilocalories.
Kilocalories. I don't know. But either way, it is a ridiculous amount, and it was so much so that he put like somewhere in the double digits of monsters into extinct because he ate them all. And the fact that this dude just keeps on eating and is just, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I can eat. I can't eat that much. There's like, you know what I mean? Like
Cause mass extinction?
No, I don't think I can. And I don't think I'd want to. I'd probably be public enemy number 1. Greta Thunberg would have like a speech about me, and we gotta stop this guy.
He ate all the lions.
What is wrong with you guys? He ate everything. But yeah, I don't know. That was where I was like, okay, this is insane. Also, I mean, he's just such a cool character. So like just having him on there, and and also having a guy named Zebra that eats more than everybody else is like hilarious to me, because zebras are usually the ones getting eaten over in Africa. So so yeah, there's a zebra.
The twist.
Now to
Don't get
be
cocky,
fair, it does state that he also eliminated a lot of violent species.
Yeah,
but we'll give him the one thing.
I didn't know that, and that's actually interesting.
Yeah. That was part of his stat thing, is that he like killed and ate like a lot of mean species that would have killed other things.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go to the donut himself. I'm gonna go to Rengoku. Like, we don't really spoilers. We don't really get a lot of interaction with this character. But like the couple interactions we have with him, he's just sitting there eating a lot of food.
Real quick, Michael, this is from Demon Slayer, right?
This is from Demon Slayer, yes. Yeah. That's why I said a donut. So like when we see him like first, like he has like 10 bento boxes like just sitting next to him, and he's just procedurally going through each one. But you know what I love most about Rengoku, besides his personality, is that he enjoys the food. Like when we talk about like other like big eaters, they're just wolfing it down, and like they have no apparent appreciation for what it tastes like. But like Rengoku's sitting there just going, "Oh my god, this is so good! Umai, 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 umai!" And every bite, he's enjoying it. And you gotta appreciate a guy who loves every single bite of a food that he just picked up from like his train station. So Rengoku, stand strong, man.
Hey, Johnny, don't say anything. No, I'm just kidding.
I was saying, didn't you get that from like the little girl and the grandma?
Yeah.
Or am I wrong?
Yeah. They were in the train station.
So, see, here we sell cookies, but that's
Wait,
okay.
Here we sell bento boxes where you can buy them at 10 a pop.
full lunch. So my next one is going to be a pretty easy one. But it's always really fun to see Luffy just fill up with food, run around as a balloon, cause a bunch of mischief. It's almost like watching a Trunks and Goten fusion, but into the fat one. Just everything works out for him, but he's a mess. He's all over the place. He's just bumping into things and just causing mayhem. So I always love seeing Luffy just do that, and then all of a sudden it's like it's gone. I don't know where it goes. I mean, I guess that's how rubber works, or that's how he works. But just Luffy's always fun to see. I mean, he's a glutton and he just eats and eats and eats, and it's a good thing they have Sanji there. Because he's probably the only one that could really deal with that.
There was like 2 times, I think, in the entirety of One Piece where he eats so much food and they're like, how does he do that? And he burps and he just shrinks. And then the other time, I think where like he like activated like Gear 2 or something, and like he's like, boom, he like slammed it onto his body. But he's the only one who makes sense for being a literal like
Being able
circle.
to fit all that food.
Yes, he's literally the only one. Like when Goku does it, he's just like, oh, I'm full. I'm like, no, you're not. You're dead. Like your organs cannot withstand that much food, my man.
Unless they're that strong, he's literally.
It's almost
twisting it all.
it turns into a diamond, which then he processes.
Training,
Eat
guys.
it and
It's training,
crush.
okay?
Abs.
like a deer, just out. You don't even know.
Actually, he doesn't poop because it's 100%
He
efficient.
uses it all.
Yes,
He uses it in his tail.
right to
Don't
his
you guys
muscle.
know? Just right into the tail.
Everything.
Oh my gosh. So this next one, I mean, funny enough, I don't remember. I remember the main beats of this series. I remember like certain parts of it, but the one thing I remember, and this will give this character away, is Pizza Hut. So C2 has been eating pizza. Like she is from Code Geass. She eats a whole lot of Pizza Hut. Like she's always eating Pizza Hut.
Mhm.
I don't think I've ever seen her eat anything else.
Mhm.
And first off, okay, sorry, I don't want to. I know this is going to be kind of controversial. Okay, we talk a lot of controversial, topics here. Pizza Hut is not what it used to be when Code Geass came out. Let's just say that. Okay.
That's true.
So she's eating some good, some good prime Pizza Hut. But if she was eating that now, I mean, the calories would go up, the quality would go down. I mean, who knows what's going on with this pizza now? But yeah, she just is eating this pizza, and she's skinny too. So it's almost like she's trying to like, I don't know where it goes, but it has to go somewhere. I don't know, powers. I don't know. But
Goes into her Geass.
yeah, it goes into her
Her
need
pizza
for-
Geass.
Yeah, she's like I can't get my affection from anywhere else. I need to get it from food, and just keeps on eating. But yeah, she's always eating pizza, and it's the crazy part is like seeing how many boxes are in the room. Like it's like it'll be her, and she's like, "Hey, you want some?" Like she's just offer. She's like, "Hey, I just happen to have all of this for me. You want like a slice? You want like 2 slices? You want a plate full?" And Lelouch will come in and be like, "This is great." He has like 1 piece and like leaves, and then just leaves her to it. I'm like, what is going on here, dude? So yeah, C2. I had to remember her name. I was like, I saw her name. I was like, CC. That's not her name. That's not her name. That's not her. No, that's not her name. No.
Avril Lavigne.
She is part of like one of the funny episodes in Code Geass where like it's just the makeup pizza day, and they like have
that's right.
they have what King Excalibur guy like come in and like literally use his robot to make a pizza, and I'm like,
Yep.
what is this? What is this episode?
Government funding. is
Um,
what it is.
Yeah, that's like exactly what it's like. Yeah, support the government, make pizza. It's sponsored by Pizza Hut.
Where's that candidate? That's what we need.
The pizza
Vote for me.
candidate.
I'll make pizza.
My next one is going to be Sugimoto and Ashirpa from Golden Kamui. Both of them have a massive love of food. I think Sugimoto like would slam it all down his gullet until like Ashirpa was like, "Hey, appreciate your food," and he's like, "Hey, I eat poop," and she's like, "You do eat poop," and they understand each other on a nice level. But I think their appreciation for food, they are big foodies, less like gluttons, and I would probably say like a lot of people on this list so far have been a glutton. But I kind of appreciate like how much food they eat, that they actually make their own food out of things they find in the wilderness, and just their general appreciation for like teaching me, the viewer, about like what they eat in Japan, like as somebody who would just adventure around in the wilderness. That's a quick throw out one.
My next one that I'm going to talk about is, I'll be honest, it's actually not food related, but it's still a feat of consumption that is insane. In Record of Ragnarok on Netflix, there is, in the first episode, there is this one character, as we're watching Thor and Lubu fight, one of the gods is cheering them on, and then they see this guy who starts yelling, and like booing Lubu. Ha. But and his name is Zhang Fei, and what he does is he's got a barrel of presumably some kind of alcohol. Maybe it was water, I don't know. But this man inhales it, and the barrel literally twists like if you had a Capri Sun, and just whoop, and then springs back, and he drinks the whole thing. And the god's like, "What the hell was that?" And it was such a feat, and I've never forgotten it. It was such a small thing, and I kind of wish we had have seen more of that. I mean, I guess we kind of do in their own respect. We get to see Adam and Eve's kids there on the sidelines. But man, that's crazy to see that happen, and to see someone just inhale a barrel of liquid. So,
Nice.
Zhang Fei, he was in the show for 15 seconds, but it stuck in here.
He made an impact. Yeah, that's good.
Nice. Oh man, I just I'll throw this out. I'll throw this last joke one in the lightning round, which we'll probably do it right after this. So, my last one before the lightning round is okay. So real quick, guys, I just need to make sure we're clear. No spoilers here. We're just not gonna say anything about this character. But this is Sasha from Attack on Titan. She is always eating potatoes. She's always eating meat, and she is the woman for me. She is exactly that is that's all I need: meat and potatoes. I mean, granted, I just ate a bunch of pizza as well, but hey, we can negotiate. But yeah, she's always eating, and it's kind of impressive how much she can eat. Because like I've seen, like when you see her eat, she's like she scarfs it down like she's starving, or like she's never gonna have another meal in her life. Which I mean, I gotta in their circumstances might happen, So for somebody with that kind of appetite to survive that long in that little environment thing that they're in, like Wal Maria or whatever it's called, that's pretty incredible, because that means she's really hustling out there for the food and is getting it, man. Those meat and potatoes, man. Better watch out.
I think my most memorable thing is like when she grabs the meat that the squad was supposed to eat, and she just hangs onto it, and she bites other people who were like trying to take it away from her.
Yeah,
I was like, yes, love the meat. Okay, so lightning round. I was just gonna mention also Toriko, Coco, and Sunny in that Toriko equation, because they all eat insane amounts of food. Like, there's literally a part where they have a buffet that's the size of like a warehouse, and then they just destroy it.
Or the time they ate the house.
Yeah, by the time they ate the house, it was crazy. Obviously gonna throw Goku out there, who, out of all the people who eat too much food, also Toriko doesn't make any sense because he does balloon up. And I'm like, Toriko, you eat a lot of food. Why does your belly turn into a dome?
Gourmet cells.
Apparently. I wanted to throw, maybe we're going to see something from Denji and Power and Chainsaw Man, because they do really eat, they scarf down food. So maybe we're going to see some kind of level from them. And then I also want to throw No Face from Spirited Away out there, because that's a horrible thing that you should never feed. They're like gremlins. Don't feed it food. And then in my last one, as I gotta throw it in some of these episodes, Interspecies Reviewer, they certainly are eating a lot of something. And they have huge stomach for people. So I just want to throw that in there at the end.
I mean, that one barbecue place, man.
That is true. And Johnny, I think
That's
if you
my
went to
buffet.
that one barbecue place, you'd probably be eating a lot of something as well.
I'd have a frequent membership card.
As long as you have some sort of fire resistance.
Nope. Anyway, so I only have one on my lightning round. It's going to be Gluttony from Full Metal Alchemist. I don't actually remember seeing him eat any food, to be honest. but he eats everything else.
I was gonna say his stomach does literally open, and he eats part of buildings and things like that.
No, I know. I'm just saying it's not necessarily food. Thinking about it right now, but yeah, no, he'll eat people, grass, dirt, concrete, whatever, hopes, dreams, whatever it can get his hands on. So yeah, gluttony is insane, and there you go.
Nice. So let's start this off with Akame from Akame ga Kill. She is like, I just remember that one of the first scenes that you see her like being like, no, okay, I say being normal, but she's like roasting this gigantic pig, like it's humongous, and she's just like, oh, like she's by herself too. Like these people just happen to like go up to her and be like, what are you doing? Like she's cooking a giant pig. Like what does it look like? And she's just gonna eat it all. What does it look like, guys?
Normal.
Yeah. Next, this is just an assumption. I don't think I've ever seen him eat, but Fat Gum from My Hero Academia, I would assume that he'd have to eat because he does. I'm not going to spoil too much of his power, but he's a pretty big dude. So it seems like it would be part of him. Majin Buu from Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, like, he's just making everybody chocolate and just eating them, or, just everything, eating himself too. I mean, it's crazy. And then I didn't want to mention this one. Just a joke one out there, but Mr. Okuma from Shimoneta, and I'm not going to say why that is. He may have eaten some love, and I'm just going to some love cookies. And, that's probably a lot more love than a lot of people are going to eat. So,
Interspecies viewers kind of love. I got it.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening and watching to the Casual Discussion and hearing us talk about the eaters, the big eaters, guys, the big eaters that are going to eat more than you this Thanksgiving. Anyway, guys, remember you can check out all things casual at the link tree in the info box or the description box if you guys are watching this on YouTube. Also, if you'd like to email us, you can email us at animecasuals with an S, real, REAL, at gmail.com. But as always, guys, don't forget to keep
Art
Casual.